that had to be tackled with radical action. Ben Wright, BBC News.
Let's talk to Ewan Murray, who is in Mr Parish's constituency of Tiverton in Devon. Tell us about what people have been saying to the resignation.
Well, there's a broad sense of relief here among people I've been speaking to about Neil's decision to resign. Many in the streets saying that they felt let down by him, some quite outraged, and that's a big part of why he says he's resigning. He doesn't want to cause them any more hurt. A bit of sympathy for him, though. Obviously, he's been the MP since 2010, got a lot of supporters who do feel quite sorry for him that he has done this to himself and given up a job that he loves. Among those supporters is a close personal friend of Neil. This is Slade, who is a Conservative councillor, but speaking in a personal capacity today. Good morning to you, Colin. You were speaking to Neil yesterday morning on the phone. What was he saying and what was his state of mind?
Yes, thanks, Ewan. Well, obviously he was very upset because it's not something he wanted to do, but he accepts, as was seen in his exclusive BBC interview yesterday, he accepts that he made a mistake. It was a moment of madness, totally out of character, but he accepts that he did wrong, albeit not with malice, but he did wrong and he's decided to take the consequences. That is bad news for him because he's a very talented, very professional, very long-serving MP, chair of the EFRA Select Committee, a farmer himself, totally in tune with rural affairs, farming, food, what EFRA stands for, and I know he will miss that hugely. It was something that he put a lot of effort into, as well as being a truly dedicated constituency MP.
You're saying it's out of character. What did you make of it when you heard that he'd been doing this in the Commons?
If you'd asked me who was the MP who'd done that, he would have been bottom of my list of 600 odd MPs. Totally flabbergasted. It's so out of character. I just couldn't believe it when I heard it.
He admitted the second time was deliberate. The first time he said he was trying to look up tractors. Do you believe that?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. I know what he was actually looking for, the tractor he was looking for, and I could see how that could go to something totally different.
Obviously, we are looking at...
play on words.
We're looking at a by-election here now. How are the Conservatives going to rebuild trust?
I can't speak for the Conservative Association other than to say we do support Neil's decision to resign under the circumstances. Obviously it's early days yet, so there's lots of planning to be done. We don't know when the by-election will be called. We believe it'll be in the summer. It'll be our job to find the right candidate to inspire that trust. Conservatives have served this constituency well for a long time. Prior to Neil, it was Angela Browning, another long-serving and well-loved MP in Tiverton and Honiton. So we have got a strong foundation, and I hope that people will accept that Neil, a fundamentally sound man, made a mistake, and he's owned up to that mistake.
What's next for Neil Parish?
That you'd have to ask him. I don't know. He's a farmer. I mean, he won't be sitting around doing nothing. There's been times in the past when we've actually been out campaigning and met up at 10 o'clock and he says, "Oh, I've had a great day." He said, "I've been out on the combine since 5 o'clock. He'll go back to farming. And because he was previously a district councillor, a county councillor and 10 years an MEP, yeah, I'm sure he'll find something creative to do.
What do you say to Tory voters here who are outraged and are looking towards the Lib Dems or maybe even Labour or another party?
Well, looking at it practically, in the last election, Labour came second, but they were 24,000 votes behind. The Lib Dems came third. We know the Lib Dems have done quite well in a couple of recent by-elections elsewhere. All I would say to those voters, which was your question, is accept that Neil made a mistake. It was a personal mistake, it wasn't a political mistake, and in the end nobody was harmed but himself. He may have given an offence, but nobody was physically harmed by his actions, which was stupid.
Well, there are sort of wider debates, aren't there, around the ethics of pornography, but we don't have time to go into that this morning. Colin Slade, thank you very much. So, yeah, looking ahead to a by-election now, probably in June. Big time here in Tiverton and Honiton.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk to our political correspondent, Helen Catt.